but I have Kofi Amankwamenu. He is the Member of Parliament for Achimankwama, but also a Deputy Minister for Defense. That's a great one. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. But Roland, I can see you really want to shake off. I can see you moving your legs.
They were playing Buga.
Yeah.
Nobody was seeing it on TV, so you should have.
But you know, if you wouldn't mind, I can get onto this floor with you. Shake off.
Let's talk party and politics. But, it looks like a very well organized, put together event, as you find with the NPP, and you take a look at it. What do you think should be the rallying point for all the delegates who are here today, and for those party sympathizers and supporters outside this perimeter watching at home?
I think the rallying point really for all the delegates should be the fact that we are here not just to have a party conference, but we are here also looking into the future. We are here strategizing as to how to really move forward in breaking the 8. And so every delegate must look at how we're going to break the 8. And breaking the 8 really starts from today, because the managers of our party are the ones we are going to elect today. And what the kind of people we elect today would determine how the future will look like. So I believe the rallying point should be looking into the future for every delegate, for every NPP person out there, and for every Ghanaian.
That's an important aspect about whether the difficulties the economy is facing has perhaps dampened the morale, the enthusiasm of the rank and file of the party. When you go around, not only your constituency around, what do you hear, and what do you think needs to be done if there's any crestfalling, perhaps enthusiasm at all?
Well, Roland, obviously, what is going on in this country is not only particular to this country alone. It's a worldwide, global thing. Almost every country in the world is now going through some kind of difficulty. Yes, Ghana is also part of the world, and so yes, we are going through some difficulties. And naturally, people will be worried that we're going through. But I have always believed in the NPP. If you believe so, if I will take your mind back, the president once said that we know how to bring the economy back to track, but we don't know how to bring life. When people die out of COVID, we wouldn't know how to bring them back to life. But with the economy, we know how to bring them the economy back on track. Yes, we are having difficulty, but I am so convinced that looking at all the things that the managers of this economy are putting in place, things will turn around very soon for Ghanaians and for Ghanaians in general. I am not going to say NPP. For Ghanaians to really have the confidence they've always had in the NPP. Yeah.
Now, let me just go back to your work as a Deputy Minister of Defense, and we know that you have been keen on making sure that issues of maybe terrorism that are reported in neighboring countries don't tend to trickle into our borders. What have we been doing so far that should make the ordinary Ghanaian comfortable?
I think that, Roland, if you look at all the nations around Ghana, almost every single nation around this Ghana has swallowed the bitter pill of this terrorist activity. The only country left standing that has not been hurt by this terrorist is Ghana. That should tell you that the security agencies in this country are doing things right. They are working so hard. So far, all the things we've put in place point to the fact that yes, we are doing the right thing, and that Ghanaians must also help. You see, fighting this menace of terrorism is not a one agency, duty. It should be a collective duty. Ghanaians must get involved, and that is why I am so interested in what national security is preaching about, seeing something and saying something. So every Ghanaian must put their shoulder to this agenda to fight this menace. I can confidently tell you that the ministry that I, together with my minister, manage, we are doing all that we can to make sure that the Ghanaian is protected. And so far, looking at all the things we've put in place in terms of the construction of FOBs, the investment into acquiring, gadgets to fight this menace. If you look at all that and all those put together, I am so confident that yes, we are doing all it takes to make sure the Ghanaian is protected.
I got hints that you support John Boydu. Apart from him, who else do you support for the other positions?
Well, I like the way you're trying to get me to tell you who I support. But I believe that the people of Achuma Kwangoma, who I said, well, we do things collectively. So we meet, and then we will definitely go the way of the majority. We are here to meet. Yes, we've had discussions, but we are here to meet to top things up. And so when we meet, where the majority stand, I will stand. That is where I will also stand.
Well, thank you very much. The Member of Parliament for Achuma Kwangoma. So he also is a Deputy Minister for Defense, and Kofi Mano will help us. So this is what we're going to do. We want to give you a sneak peek of all that's happening. So you also get to find out, as far as we're concerned, we have all this that is happening here. So the stage is set. We do have the stage currently as it is, and then we have the inner perimeter. So there's a vivid description of where the inner perimeter is, and you take a look at it, it looks like the stage is set. So we have the Greater Accra region, the Ashanti region, we have the Eastern region, we have the executive branches. So where we are currently, we're just after the executive branches, and currently you find behind me the main center where we're going to have this event as well. But let me speak to Kofi Otridako Mensah, Member of Parliament for Takrady, but also the Western Regional Minister. And thank you for joining me. It's been a bit, hasn't it?
It is. It's been a long time.
He is a biochemist by training and also by entrepreneurship and practice. But the Western region is on your heart.
Yes, definitely.
And I know that this election would lead us to getting the number of delegates to make the choice for a flag bearer. Is that not?
This election is only for the national executive.
I understand.
Yes.
We have had the elections from the local level, and this is the climax.
Yes.
We'll climax it with elections.
Yes.
So what is the structure? You start from which level?
Police station, coordinated selection, constituency election, regional election, national election, and then we'll do presidential, and from there we'll do parliamentary.
An important aspect of all this is also to make sure that you have people who are credible, etc. And it looks like the executive has done a lot. I mean, first term, second term, and we have a number of them who are still vying. What would you say to the currents who are outgoing, or even those vying for other positions of the current?
I think that we have to congratulate the executives for helping the country to help NPP retain power. Okay, irrespective of the deficiencies here or there. So I do believe that it is very important that we congratulate them, and then as we set to elect new officers, we do so having in mind that the new set of executives will have a new mandate, and their mandate is to break the 8. It's not just about winning an election, it's to break the 8. So we are going to elect people in a mix to help the party win 2024.
Now, let's talk about the Western region. There's always the talk about how a lot of resources come from the West, but we don't seem to have development also trickling in. How has it been so far? There's been some concerns on the ground, but what do you think is overwhelming opinion?
I believe that the presidency of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo has done remarkably well for the Western region. In fact, it's given us over 2,000 kilometers of roads to be constructed, which have been awarded. If you talk about major projects that we've had, we have the Market Circle, we have the GMPC operational headquarters, we have the first interchange in the Western region. And we are now also coming to construct the double road from Takrady to Sekendi. So clearly, this is a government that cares for the Western region. Even when you look at education, because of free SHS, we have quadrupled our enrollment. It started with 13,000 and it doubled to 27,000. Now we are talking about 63,000 enrollment of our children in our schools. So clearly, we are clear in our mind that this is the government that helps us. That's why we need to break the age so they can continue to do more. As we speak, he has already delivered 22 kilometers of railway line in 4 years, and he started the next 78 kilometers to make it 100 kilometers in 8 years. So clearly, Nanado is a government. Nanado is a president with a government that has an eye to make sure that the Western region develops. So that's what we are doing.
Okay, so who are you tipping in many of the positions? General Secretary, or you are neutral?
I can never be neutral. But the most important thing is that as leadership, all the campaign has been done. And the most important thing is to get the delegates to vote for those who can take us across 2024. That's the most important thing. Yes.
Kofi Atwedako-Mensah, thank you very much. And Kofi Atwedako-Mensah is the member of Parliament